Thanks for tuning back in. We just wrapped up with our first guest, Julie Ann Sagir from PBS's Julie Tabouli's Lebanese Kitchen. And we are live with our second guest.
Armenian, where are you? Is she watching right now?
She might be.
I wanted to talk to you. I'm Armenian. We're close. The food is great.
It's amazing.
I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What's going on?
How are you?
How you been?
This is Billy Manzo. I didn't even get you started getting so excited.
Keep your hip close to the table so you stay in view.
You were just too much fun.
No,
you were too much fun.
I'll come like this. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we're nice and close together.
Okay, very good.
So Billy Manzo, Federal Hill Pizza, you are just a force to be reckoned with.
Thank you.
To say the least.
It's very kind. Thank
you.
Of course. It's a lot of time.
A lot of time.
As you know, the amount of time that I've put into developing, Federal Pizza Company and doing what I felt was right.
Yes.
With just staying the course, stay in your lane.
Of course.
Remember me and you talk about that.
Yes, absolutely.
Stay in your lane and do what you do at 100%. And just, there's a side of me, as you know, that I love to do things for the community.
Of course.
Very important.
Very
and it's
involved.
pizza, man. It's fun
pizza.
food.
It's I think that there's nobody in the world who hates pizza, and if they do, don't trust them. There's something wrong.
They hate pizza.
If you hate pizza,
you better not hate pizza.
You can't hate pizza.
No.
No. So the first time I met you, this just really resonated with me. It stuck with me. You came out. I was in Federal Hill Pizza.
Sure.
And you introduced yourself to me, and you told me a little bit about your background.
Sure.
And how you got started, and why and how you make such a phenomenal pizza.
Thank you.
And it was the kind of thing that you're like, okay, well, pizza is pizza. It's all pretty good. But when I tried this pizza, and it's actually this specific one, the Arthur Avenue.
You knew it right away.
Which is my favorite pizza.
Thank you.
I was completely blown away.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, your background. You're a pizzaiolo, and what that means. Share that with us.
I'm very lucky. I'm certified master. One of two in the country.
Wow.
It's very humbling. And humbling is the name of the game because there are people around the world who are just amazing. Amazing chefs.
Yes.
I mean, the word GOAT, that's been coming to
goat.
mind. Everybody's been talking about the GOAT.
The greatest of all time.
Yeah, the greatest. I don't believe in that.
No?
I believe that every person does the best job they can.
To the best
make
of their
people
abilities.
happy for what they do. Be humble.
Of course.
Try to be humble and just do a great job in what you do, like you guys do here.
Oh, thank you.
So I think the main thing for what I've accomplished, I guess, is not so much what I know, but knowing what I don't know and willing to learn what I don't know.
Always willing to learn. There's
always
so much
have to
learn. There's just always more knowledge you could soak up and apply to your cooking. And this, is across the board in any capacity.
In my field, specifically with Neapolitan pizza, I'm always looking on Facebook. I'm always reading and talking to people across the world. How did you get that? That looks great. What's that? And I always feed off that. And then when I was lucky enough to go to college, and I was lucky enough to get a great education, and I used that intensity of wanting to learn in college, and I was going to go to law school at one time, to put that energy into the science of pizza. And it
really is a science.
It is a science,
hardcore
science,
as we've talked about. And you told me a little bit about this, and the approach that you take to making this pizza, and how it ends up coming out just so perfectly, right. Because it comes down to a science.
And what I did, as we've spoken about, is to take it from the historical perspective, and take it from the historical perspective, the whys, the whens, the flowers, or the farina, and where it came from, and how they processed it, and the whys and the whens, and the heat, and the different heats, from electric to gas to wood, etc.
Right.
And really, everything just, it's like a perfect storm to this particular recipe.
Yes.
God bless you back there. I feel bad, you're sneezing. So what happens is you create a perfect storm.
Yes.
And
it's the balance.
Yeah,
of
and
all of them together.
You're always very complimenting to me and saying you have the best pizza that I've ever had.
It is one of my favorites of all time.
Thank you.
Of all time.
And it means a lot to me to hear that, but I will guarantee you there's somebody in the world, if not probably closer, that's a pretty damn good product. And that's what it's about.
Of course, there's going to be great pizza everywhere.
Sure.
You go to Italy. I've been to Italy, and I've had fantastic pizza in
you're
Italy.
coming.
But this is
you and the fiance are coming.
Let's go.
The real estate guy. We're going to take.
Let's go hop on a plane and head up to Italy, and we'll go on a pizza tour. You and me.
Yeah,
we're going. Awesome. So tell me about the Arthur Avenue. What makes it so special? What do you do to it that's magic that makes it taste so good?
This particular product is very simple, but almost impossible to perfect, because in this product there are 3.5, I laugh, there's 4 different flours in this dough.
4 different flours.
So I used 4 different flours from 4 different regions.
Okay.
Italy, out in the Midwest, one very close to us up in the Maine area, and then I use another processing company out of the Jersey, Philly area, let's say, down in that area.
Okay.
I put those flours together. I utilize my water, which is hydration, if most of you are home bakers. And then we go through an aging process in which we want to develop what's called cell structure and pH ratio, which I'll be at Johnson & Wales later on today, and I hope to meet a very cool baker there. So we're going to be talking to her about this.
Cool.
Then what we do is we have the dough, and the dough has to match the perfect heat.
Right.
Then the heat has to match the perfect Gilbani cheese that I use on this product.
Okay, so Gilbani cheese.
Gilbani cheese on this product right here, which I use their cheeses across my pizzeria, but the Gilbani cheese dragon cut, which
Dragon cut. That
the
sounds
dragon cut.
fancy.
It's a very different. It is fancy.
Yes.
It's very different. So that particular cut that I use on this product, as you can tell, none of the cheese is really burnt. You don't have that. It's still creamy, and it works phenomenal. So it's like when I make this product, or what we do at Federal Pizza Company, it's like a dance. It's like the waltz.
Yes.
Everything has to add up right.
Of course.
So the heat, the basil, we put it on after and sweat the basil. And if you see, if most of you see, which I don't want to take it up, but the pepperoni isn't oily.
No, it's not
It's
greasy.
not
You don't
cupped.
have to dab your pizza
That's
with
because
a
this
napkin.
particular product is from Sugardale Corporation, which
wow.
is by far, for me, with the temperature of this product is perfect. Because as you notice, it still has integrity.
Yes.
You see it?
Of course.
90-10, which means 90% pork, 10% beef.
Okay, so
If
it's
you-
that combination.
Yeah, but a lot of the pizzerias and a lot of the people that are watching today they're eating a lot of beef-based pepperoni.
Really?
And the reason
I
for
thought
that,
it was the other way
No,
around.
and the reason for that is back in the early 80s, a lot of people within the Muslim community were buying up all the pizzerias.
Okay.
They don't like dealing with pork.
Gotcha.
So you
they're
guys have
making
been dealing with a lot of beef product.
pepperoni. Wow.
And that's it.
So you learned something new, like you said.
I'm the
every day.
professor.
I guess so. Now, I love the sauce on this because it's
Thank
not
you.
just, a watery tomato
No,
sauce.
no.
You're putting like
Crushed tomato.
crushed tomatoes, chunky.
Three
it's
different tomatoes.
Flavorful. And,
Thank
something
you.
that I learned about tomato sauce is that a lot of people put tons of sugar and salt into their tomato sauce.
No,
and
no, no, no.
It makes me so
no,
sad.
No, no, no.
Bad.
These are just the tomato.
Yes.
Just the tomato.
And you season them just right.
And I'll tell you one other thing, and I hope everybody's listening to this. When a tomato goes through the process of canning, it's cooked.
Yes.
So the tomato goes in a can, it gets cooked in the line, so the tomato's in the can gets boiled or steamed. It's already cooked once.
Yeah.
You're going to cook it 2 or 3 more times and kill it? Let the tomato be a tomato if you're buying a good tomato.
I can see that.
That's it.
Yeah.
And if you look at the can, the sodium rations.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So let it be. You don't need to add sugar and salt.
Just let it be its
Let
natural
it be.
self.
Let it be. And then when the
Yes.
seasons come around, then I'm down in South County picking tomatoes.
Oh my gosh.
And that's the creme de la creme.
So that's when I have to come and get another pizza.
Well, that's when
I'll
you're
get
always at
pizza
my
all year
place.
round. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's going with this product.
Yes.
And the real killer to this product and my rounds is that the amount of kids within my Chalkstone Avenue
Yes.
location, because me and Christine bought the castle.
Yes.
The inner city kids are just freaking out over this because it's
so
such
good.
clean.
It's so
and it's
good.
simple,
Yes. So tell me about Chefs Feeding Kids, because you
Yeah.
are huge in the community. You want to
Yeah.
be involved. You want to give back.
Yeah.
So tell me about what you're doing with Chefs Feeding Kids and how you're involved with them.
Well, thank you again. Chefs Feeding Kids was something I started a long time ago, but over the last year, as you have heard, it is starting to explode. And when I go to Pizza
Definitely.
Expo,
Yes.
coming up in March, if I'm not mistaken, I'll be announcing 2 major sponsors across the
Really?
country. Yep, we've been working on it.
Okay, so we have to stay tuned
I
for that.
can't announce
That's
it yet,
okay.
but a
No,
very dear
but
friend
we'll
of mine
stay updated.
very dear friend of mine in New York City took a liking to the 501c3, and he introduced it to some friends of his.
Wow.
And they jumped on board. We'll see. And I'm excited, but you know me, I just do my thing and
course.
let it ride,
Yes.
but it looks pretty good. But the kids thing at the Mount Pleasant location, Warren, we're kind of active, but the Providence location with Chefs Feeding Kids is just doing unbelievable. We have Shelly Peterson, who's running all the programs. She's doing an amazing job. We have some changes going on for the better. And we're just going to take it and keep feeding some kids in the inner city.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about what exactly Chefs Feeding Kids
Chefs
does.
Feeding Kids actually is really simple. Chefs Feeding Kids is a nonprofit that I started, and I get chefs and restaurant owners involved that want to do great things for their community.
Of course.
And when they get and do these things for their community, because we're lucky, we're we do pretty good stuff on social media.
Yeah, definitely.
There are other people that are not as good at it.
You're
So
helping
what?
them.
Yeah. So what they do is they do these special events either for their church groups or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Whatever their itch is,
Yes.
they do it. They take their phone, they video, take a photograph. You send it to Chefs Feeding Kids, and we have a blog.
Awesome.
And it's called Food Buzz.
Food
So we
Buzz.
talk about what's
Food Buzz.
hot, what's not, what's going on in the industry, what's
Yeah.
going on in the local communities.
Of course.
We have sponsors. Again, look it up, Food Buzz. So it's actually an online blog about
Cool.
the food industry.
It's amazing.
And
Stay
if,
up to date with everything that's going on.
yeah, so if you, let's say a major company, maybe, maybe they want to advertise.
Yeah.
It becomes a write-off.
Of course.
And actually it's a donation.
It's a donation to a nonprofit.
So it's a donation.
Awesome.
So it's an actual, to a certain degree, it's a little bit like an advertising agency as a nonprofit.
Wow.
Because I felt that when I was going out and cooking for so many special events down in Newport or New York, a lot of these guys had so much talent.
Yeah.
Chefs, they were unbelievable. And I was
course.
like, well, I don't know about you. I've never heard of you. Well, I'm not. And I said, you know what?
You gotta get the name out there.
I gotta
You
get
gotta
your
get the
name
word
out. So
out.
I think I can help you. I can help my nonprofit. And I'm dying to take care of kids within the Mount Pleasant area.
Absolutely.
And across the country,
Of
hopefully.
course, hopefully it'll spread that much more, and you'll be able
Oh, it
to
will.
kind of lend the hand.
You guys will be hearing about
That's right. That's right. Well, Chef, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you bringing me my favorite pizza, and you
And this
knew
is
it
yours,
was,
so you
this
got-
is
I
my
know.
pizza.
How
I
can I
wouldn't
not
let you
bring you
take
the
it.
author?
I would not let you leave with this pizza because
Thanks.
I have got to eat it. So thank you so much.
Tell
for
the other
bringing it.
half I said hello.
Of course, I definitely will. He's probably watching. You
I know.
it, of
Find
course.
me another building.
Well, thanks so much for joining us.
You too.
Don't go anywhere because we have our third guest coming right up, so we'll be right back.